How to stop procrastination when it comes to going to the gym. Number one, find the reason. There's always a reason for procrastination. It normally comes into 4 categories 99% of the time. Feeling overwhelmed or anxious about going to the gym, not having enough time to go into the gym, feeling tired, or being bored. We'll start with being overwhelmed. If when you go into the gym you feel anxious and because of that it's stopping you from even going through the front door, you need to work out the solution. Possible solutions could be getting a plan. If you get a plan, when you go into the gym, you're not going to be looking around at what equipment you should use. You know exactly what you're going to do. And if you know exactly what you're going to do, it's not going to look like you don't know what you're doing, because that is probably what is leading to the anxiety. A plan will give you the exercises to do, but it also will give you the reps and the sets. So then you've got a clear structure of what you are actually doing for your session. You're going to go into that session now with intention and purpose. And if you want a plan, there is a link below for Coaching for Less, and we do plans for £20 a month. Going on to the next one, and that's being tired. If you don't already go to the gym and you're tired, you need to work out why you are tired. Is it your food? Is it your sleep? Or is it your work? Because you can work on these 3 things to get more energy so then you can go to the gym. Or switching the mentality up. Don't go to the gym after work when you're already tired. Go to the gym early doors when you've got energy. Next one is being bored. Lifting weights, it can get boring, doing the same movement pattern every single time. But if you're getting bored and that's stopping you from actually going to the gym just because of boredom, switch it up a little bit. There's a reason people went from lifting weights to doing high rocks. It's because they wanted change in their routine. There's a reason why some people don't even lift weights and they play tennis or they do boxing or they go swimming. It's because they're still exercising, they're still getting benefits from training, but it's not as boring to them. If you do find lifting weights boring, if you check out the second link below, I can teach you how to fight. I will give you 3 30-minute workouts per week and it can be done at home. So then you are getting the benefit from training and it's different every session. And that leads me on to the next one, and that is time. And that goes to the second point, because that is a bigger topic. Number 2, set a time to train. Try not to squeeze your training sessions in. And by that I mean, I'm just going to go after work sometime, between making my meal preps and seeing my girlfriend. You haven't made it a priority. You're just fitting it in when you can. When really, you should be planning when you're going to the gym to make sure you actually do. Instead of saying, I'll train this week and never end up going to the gym, you should be saying, I'm going to train on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday at 5 p.m. this week. And then you've set it in stone. Put it in the calendar and set reminders if you need to. But by putting it in a schedule, you've now made that a priority. It's not something you squeeze in anymore. It's fit into your schedule. And I'm a bit weird. I don't do this anymore, but I used to make an Excel spreadsheet when I was training full-time to be an MMA fighter. I would have my training times, I would schedule in work times, and I was scheduling going to the gym to lift weights. I did that to make sure everything that I wanted to do was in my schedule and I didn't drift off. Because if lifting weights wasn't in my schedule and it wasn't planned in, I wouldn't fit it in. I would procrastinate the sessions because it wasn't in my plan. It wasn't in my diary. Just by doing that, I gave myself a set time and a set place to train, and then that helped me be consistent with my sessions. And that moves me on to the third point now. You need to realize the cost of not going to the gym, because everything has a price. A habit that you miss once is a mistake, but a habit that you miss twice is a start of a new habit. And that's not the habit that you want to make. And I see it like this. If I go to the gym, I see that as a +1. But if I don't go to the gym, I see that as a -1. For every day that I miss, that I schedule in or plan to go, I see that as 2 steps back. So that means I've got to go 2 more times just to catch up, because I've got to do the one that I planned before and the next one coming up. And it's a compound effect. If you keep missing it day after day after day, it will compound and it'll be harder to get back to the gym because that cost is your confidence. That cost is your respect. And that cost is how people see you. But not only that, the cost of not going is a break of a promise. And the break of a promise is losing trust with yourself. And that is something that you do not want to do. Because when you want to go for that job promotion, you want confidence that you can follow through. Number 4, find a buddy. I had an accountability partner during COVID. If I didn't train, Donald would be texting me saying, "What are you doing, mate?" And if Donald didn't train, I'd be texting him saying, "What are you doing? Get your ass to the gym." Just by having someone there, it makes you want to turn up even more. Because you're not just turning up for yourself, you're turning up for them too. And that also helps with point number 1. It helps get rid of boredom because it can be a social event as well. And number 5 is never wait for Monday. You hear all the time, "Oh, I'll start Monday." And then you miss Monday. So then you go, "Oh, I'll start next Monday." And then you miss that Monday. Then you go, "Oh, I'll start Monday again." And it's just an ever-going cycle. If you're the sort of person that says, "I'll start Monday," you're probably the sort of person that sets New Year's resolutions. They're a myth. Why do you need a day in a week to start something? If you want to start something, just start it with immediate effect. Start with action, even if it's a 10-minute workout. That's better than not doing it at all. Yes, lad? I'll be speaking and you'll be pissing in the background. Yeah, but if you're always saying, "I'm going to start Monday," you're always going to put it off. Instead of saying, "I'll start Monday," just start as soon as possible with every goal that you set. And they are the 5 ways that you can stop procrastination. If you want programs, like I said earlier, they are in the link below. We have a gym program, which is £20 a month, and we have my personal Teach You How to Fight and Get Confident in 8 weeks, which is 3 workouts for 30 minutes, and that can be done in your own home. YouTube is also a smart bugger, so you should probably watch this one.